Alright, let's take a look at the Saratoga card for today. We're going to play the $500,000 pick for August 15th, 2009. I think the money needs to be made in leg one. I have a $50 ticket that I'm going to play, and in the first leg, I'm going to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and then the rest of the way I'm going to be pretty light. But you come to the two horse. Here's a horse that is running in allowance company and running pretty good numbers and beaten by a second or two. One of two races back, yielding turf course. So I just like DeSormo. He just seems to win a lot of big races, and not that this is a big race, but whatever. Next race, looking at the three horse. Next horse here is the three horse. Here's a horse that is 12 to 1 in the morning line, and ran second last time out against non-winners of 2, which is horses that have multiple wins. Came late, so I think you're going to get a possible late run from the horse, and if he's improving off of his last effort, definitely enough to win this race off the last. So he's going to be on the ticket at 12 to 1 in the morning line. Race number 4, here's Alan Garcia, 21% at Saratoga this meet so far, and a horse that 2 races back won his maiden. First race against allowance company, he made a middle move and really didn't do much, but we're hoping second start against this company will be successful. At 6 to 1, you may get the horse at 7 to 1, 8 to 1. The 5, if you take a look at the 5, last time he was third. Now he's 8 to 1. He ran a big race, closed late, and he was steadied. And you look over the horse's record, and he seems to get himself into trouble a lot. But I think he's got a nice late kick, and if he gets the right kind of trip, which eventually he will, he can stand to upset the apple cart at a pretty good price. The 6 at 3 to 1 is the horse that's hit the board 4 out of 6 times, and while he was racing against Maiden Company 2 back, he did show up against non-winners of 2 in a $25,000 claimer, which is a class below this one. And if they were going the distance we're going today, he would have won that race against 10 horses. So I think it'd be difficult to leave the horse out. Really doesn't work that well, so I'm not reading too much into his last workout. The 7 horse running against state bred competition, I'm gonna go a different direction there. The 8 at 20 to 1 will be on the ticket. Here's a horse who was only a couple lengths behind Cardiff Road, who I like in this race. The horse was all the speed and tired on the rail, so if he's able to get out front, you got to back yourself up with a front runner. So Key to Victory is my front runner. That's going to be a big long shot in this race. Hopefully he would win it. If I had to solo here, depending on how you want to structure your ticket, if you want to save money, I would not play 6 horses like I am going to play. I would take a good hard look at the 5, I think, in this race, looking to get at least somewhat of a price. All right, let's move on to the 9th race. This is a race where I have gone with the 5 and the 7. Due to time constraints, I'm going to go over those horses. The 5's racing against graded competition and running respectable. So in this race, you're looking at a horse that's got a victory at the distance, never been to Saratoga, but has hit the board 50% of the time, in the confident hands of Bill Mott and Julien Leperot, who's just about the top jockey out there. You got to put the 5 on your ticket. And the 7's been the favorite the last 4 starts. That's not necessarily a good thing because he didn't win any of the races, but he seems to be in every race. And these $50,000 optional claimer non-winners of 2 these are good races. So I went with the 5-7 in the 9th race. So now if you go back down to the 10 won a grade 1 in Argentina last year, and since coming to America has been respectable in each race, and at 20 to 1, worth a possible look. Now we get to the big race, the Sword Dancer grade 1. Okay, so Grand Courtier, here's a horse that's going to be a tough price to bet. A horse that is won over $1 million. I'm going to try to beat him, but you know, if he wins the race, I'm not shocked. Very successful at Saratoga, and he just got a nice late kick. He's always in position. I think he'll be in the middle of the track late, flying. I didn't look too much into the two horse just because of budget purposes. But here's a course that rallied through traffic in his last race at 1.25 miles. So this horse might be coming into his own. He has Le Perot with him. So at 15-1, there's no reason why this horse, if he can close like he closed last time out, he could be very dangerous at a big price. He's an Illinois bred, which, you know, how many Illinois breds have won grade 1s at Saratoga? I don't know. And I'm not going to bet that it happens today, but I think he's long shot chance and good for your exotics if that's the way you bet. The 3 Rail Trip 10-1, or I mean sorry, Loro 10-1. I think he had a pretty easy ride in the United Nations, and if you watch what Press Passion did last week, not much going there. This horse was 20 lengths. And it was just a weird race, the Monmouth race. And if you look back after, you know, before that, well, he is running against grade 1 competition. Not too good, in my opinion. So I'm gonna stay away from him. I love Better Talk Now, like everybody else. He's a 9 or 10-year-old gelding, and that keeps making money. So you know, I'm not betting him, but I do like him. Rising Moon has run some big races last couple out. Hasn't won, but his speed figures are pretty awesome, and he's been very competitive in graded races. The 6 Americain, first time Lasix coming over from Europe. He's been racing against 4-year-olds and up and has been winning and competitive. I think he can be on the ticket. For me, I'm not going to play him on mine, but I kind of like the horse. You know, I might play a pick 3 with a couple dollars and go deep in this race because it is competitive. The 7, I'm leaving off my ticket. Brings me to the 8. While Keanu is the high weight in the race, I like the horse to win, and he ran 3rd to Gio Ponte last out, and we know what Gio Ponte did his last out, so I think that he's going to be tough. He's got $2.1 million earned at the distance, and that's a key factor in this race. So he is a specialist at the distance, and while you are, you know, putting on 123, he's a German bred. I love the power and strength and durability of the German breds in these long races. So Keanu's my play in the 10th. And then in the 11th, I went with the 6-8. This is a tricky race, but if you look through the past performance lines, a couple horses stand out, and it's 6 and the 8. I think the favorite here is Vulnerable. Been the favorite the last couple starts. The 3, I would try to beat the 3. He was 1-1 last time and run 4th, although he was blocked at the stretch. He's 0 for 10. So I'm going to go with the 6-8 in the last race and put my, hopefully, pick 4 hopes on Castellano and Le Perot. So going back over a $50 ticket, you're looking at race 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Race 9, 5, 7. Race 10, 6, 8. Race 11, 6, 8. And if you want to make it a $24 ticket, I would solo the 8 in the Sword Dancer. Now, again, I'm going to play a pick 3 where I'm going to go deep in the Sword Dancer. So on the pick 3 side of it, I think the strategy would be playing 5-7 deep in race 10, and then solo in race 11 or the 6-8. Because if that Sword Dancer, one of those long shots, the European horses can really, you know, come in for you. And I think the prices are all good as long as the favorites could get beat. So good luck and enjoy Saratoga Midsummer.